So, I wanted to talk about something that's going on in the high ticket sales space right now. There are way too many people flashing the lifestyle, okay? And it's a big problem because a lot of you guys probably see the lifestyle and you think, oh, I want to do that, and that's what attracts you to high ticket sales. For example, right now I'm in Dubai. You probably can't tell because I don't have a Lambo or a Rolex or anything like that. I'm just a normal Aussie guy living here. So that doesn't make me as much money, and it's not as flashy to guys looking to get into the space that haven't been in it before. And that's exactly why all of my business coaches they literally say to me, they're like, Orlando, you need to post more lifestyle stuff. You need to post you doing more cool stuff. Go get a jet ski, go do this, whatever. And I refuse because what I see being on the other end of people getting into high ticket sales is the wrong expectations being set, and thus people coming in with that mindset, expecting to work, 4 hours a day on a beach in Bali and make 10K a month. And the raw reality is that you won't. It'll probably take you 6 to 12 plus months of dedication to mastery of sales, getting really good at the skill itself. Then and only then can you go and work 4 hours a day if you really want, because you've got the skill to leverage that. There were periods of my life where I was making really good money working 4 hours a day, traveling Thailand, traveling Bali, when I was partnered with Zach, when I was working on an account with Zach Perner. But that was after 4.5 years in the space. That was after being in the trenches, thousands of sales calls, hundreds of objection handles, knowing my craft inside out. That's when I started to focus a bit more on lifestyle and freedom. Now, I'm not saying you have to wait that long, but if you're coming into the space with the expectation that you're going to do that within 30 days, like I see some people promoting online, aka blonde girl, then you're set for failure from the beginning. When you see people say, oh, if you want to go to Monaco for a weekend, just get into remote sales, you can do it in 30 days. Like, no, it'll take you longer than that. It'll probably take you, I always say to my guys, it'll probably take you 6 to 12 months to hit 10K a month. And that makes me less money because it's not as sexy. It's not as sexy to promote that. It's more sexy for me to promote the fact that, I'm in Dubai, or I'm on a jet ski, or I'm on a Lambo, or whatever the fuck it is. But I need to save this industry. I need to put this market on my shoulders and carry it back to what it should be. I need to make closing great again. Because, too many people get set the wrong expectations. They come in, they don't do well, they don't make the money they want to make. The business owner doesn't make the sales because the sales guy comes in with that expectation, and it fucks everyone up. And I don't want that. I want people to be set the right expectations so that when they get into high ticket sales, they're actually set up for success because they know what it's going to take. And then anyone who doesn't want to put in that work, who doesn't want to put in that effort, can be deterred by it. And that's fine. That's more than okay, because it's not for everyone. A lot of the time people come into sales and like, oh, I'm working more than I was in my 9 to 5. And that's not for everyone. Now, the benefits of it is that you can scale your income. The better you get at the skill, the more money you can make. And there's a lot of jobs that aren't like that, where you don't have the potential or the capacity to make more, even if you do get better at the skill. That's one good thing about sales. You can do it from anywhere. You can do it from laptop, from your home, but again, you got to get good. If you're just wasting your time all day not doing anything, but you jump on the laptop and you think you're going to make 10, 20, 30K a month traveling the world, again, not the case. But if you come in with the right expectations, that it's going to take time, it's going to take effort, it's going to take work, and you're willing to do that for 6 to 12 months, then yes, this may be for you. It depends on how you're wired as well. Like, another downside of high ticket sales that no one talks about is that you're commission only. Now, I fucking love that. I thrive on that pressure, because when I have no other option other than to make it work, that's when I make it work. And I love that. But a lot of people, they fold under that pressure. They would rather have the salary. They would rather have the safety net. They'd rather have that backup option. And you don't have that in high ticket sales. You can potentially make $0 in a month. In a lot of jobs, that's not the case. But in this, you can. You can also have the potential to make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month if you're really good. A lot of industries don't have that as well. My argument for high ticket sales is that it's the closest thing you can get to being a business owner without being a business owner. And what I mean by that is you get all of the positives, all of the pros of being a business owner, in the sense that you're paid for your results, not your time. It's scalable based off your income. You really can treat yourself like a business owner in the sense that if you want to go to the gym at 12 o'clock, you can do that. If you want to go to the gym in the morning before your calls, you can do that too, just like a normal job. But you do have calendar flexibility, I would say. You can move things around. You're also a contractor, which means you can claim a lot of stuff on business. Don't take that as financial advice, but that's what I've done. You can do things like that. You have more freedom in that sense of how you want to organize your finances, which is good as well. And you're independent. Like, if you don't make sales, you don't get paid. So a lot of the pressure, a lot of the responsibility is on you, which again, I love. But there's a lot of people that that's not for. So it depends how you're wired. Now that's all of the negatives out of the way, okay? In terms of the positives, that was one I just said, right? Calendar flexibility, you're as close to being a business owner without being one, and you mitigate negatives of being a business owner. Because I'm a business owner right now. There's a lot of costs that people don't talk about. You've got salaries, you've got to pay for marketing. If you're running ads, you've got to pay for that. If you're recording content, you've got to pay for equipment, studios, cameras, all this stuff, right? There's a lot of costs that go into it. There's a lot of headache. Your mind will be messier than ever because you have all these ideas constantly running and it's hard to turn it off. There's a lot of cons to being a business owner. You're responsible for people getting paid every single month. You got to pay them. Now, the benefits are that you can scale it and eventually you can build systems that get you not working in the business but working on it, which is great. But if you're brand new to this online space, you have no skills, trust me, you don't want to be a fucking business owner. You want to learn skills. You want to learn things like sales, marketing, copy, branding, content, whatever it is. You want to get really good at a skill. My skill that I always tell people is sales. I am biased, but I would always say, if you have no skills to offer to the world, get into sales. Because it'll not only help you in business, it'll help you in life too. It'll help you master your relationships with your family, your friends, your girlfriend, your partner, your wife, whoever it is. It'll help you get better with people, which is arguably the number one skill you can have. And you can make good money, and you can have the flexibility once you're good at it. And then if you are wired to be the person that starts a business, you can go and do that because you've worked in other businesses, you've seen how successful people operate, so you can learn off them just by being around it. And you've got the skill of sales, which means you can make a shit ton of money when you're running your own business because you already know one of the hardest skills, and then it's just about stacking the other skills like marketing, copy, content, things like that. That's what I've been doing. Being a business owner now, I've taken the skill of sales and then added these other skills on top of it. So that's my argument for high ticket sales, and that's why I think it's the best industry to get into. If you are a young guy with no skills, no experience, high ticket sales is the best thing you can do, but you have to have the right expectations of what you're getting into. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Any questions, you can follow me on Instagram. Feel free to ask me and I'll respond directly to you. See you in the next one.